Hello, everyone. Welcome to the unoriginal podcast with me, Riley, and that's Jimmy. And
Hello.
yes, hello, Jimmy.
Hello. So in today's first story, it is Ninja fully switching off, quitting Twitch, and starting streaming on Mixer, I believe it is, right?
Yes.
Mixer. Full time. Um, yeah. Probably. What do you think? You think he's gonna lose viewers in the streams?
No, no, I really
No.
don't.
You think everyone's gonna
I've
just
been to
switch over to
Mixer
Mixer?
before. What?
You think everyone's just gonna switch over to Mixer?
I'm sure a few streamers, not a lot, but because I've been to Mixer before, their terms and conditions are pretty bad. Like, the terms of services that you have to agree on, like
Yeah.
every app. They're pretty bad. But if you are strict, like, say you're the most casual, average Fortnite YouTuber who doesn't talk and just has the game playing and, stuff like that, then it doesn't matter. You're totally fine on that website. It is a little confusing and a little strange to me, maybe just because I'm used to Twitch and used to YouTube streaming, but if you ask me, I think you'll get used to it, and especially for Ninja, I wouldn't even if I were Ninja. I'd be like, alright, cool. I accept this large amount of money from Mixer, I can stream. I don't care about making money because I'm already a million.
A millionaire. Yeah. And plus, you're cutting out.
Yeah.
So apparently Mixer also reached out to Tfue to make the switch over to Mixer,
I mean, I think
but
Mixer just wants to promote its
they're
website
yeah yeah
because
yeah
nobody uses it.
yeah
You know, I was at
mm,
my friend's house yesterday, and he has an Xbox at his, it was his grandma's house, and I walked over there, and we're just sort of screwing around, and after like an hour of just talking, uh, he was like, "Hey, you want to watch Ninja on Mixer?" And I was like, "All right." So we watched Ninja on Mixer, and it was Ninja on Mixer. It is liquid streams,
they're cutting out again, but it was just
no different.
uh, well
So
yeah. I guess it'll. He says he'll be the same person, just on a different platform. But let's see
I
how
didn't.
that
I
works
thought
out
his
for him.
YouTube video was corny. I thought
Yeah,
that was
it was
pretty
like really
stupid.
jokey. Yeah.
Did you really have to make a skit about it? You could have made like a 2 minute video just saying, "Yeah, I'm
I'm
moving to Mixer. It's not gonna change me at all. I accepted a lot of money. Go watch me."
peace out. Goodbye.
Yeah, and
Hopefully it goes good for him and everything works out well with him and Mixer.
yeah, because he was on. I talked about this last podcast, but he was on a podcast I listened to, the H3 podcast, and he's a really nice guy. People talk crap about him, and I bet everyone's thinking like, oh, 12-year-old standing up for Ninja because he's Ninja. But I really don't care about his Fortnite stuff. I only care about the dude, and like I think
Yeah.
he's just a good person. I don't think there's anything wrong with him. People just talk crap about him because of stuff that he did in the past. But I mean, to a degree, he's a good dude.
Yeah.
So,
I would agree on
um,
that.
uh, to segue into our next topic, I'd like to take a little talk about video games in general. And my one of my favorite YouTubers, Optimus, he's a
I'll be right back.
you know, all right. Optimus is sort of like, let's say, he's sort of like a commentary YouTuber,
Mhm.
but not really. He is a commentary YouTuber, but he doesn't have like CS:GO surf and like the background, and he's not super average and stuff. He's actually decent, and he cites his sources, and he's a decent person. And I think that he's more close to
You're cutting out.
original. Um,
Technical difficulties in the podcast, man.
and he made a video 4 days ago, and the video was titled. Apparently, video games are the worst things ever, according to Fox. And basically, he was watching a Fox News video, and he was talking about how they're basically completely wrong, and which they are, because they treat video games like a disease, and like you can get addicted to it as of it's heroin. And I just,
Yeah, that was really
coming from
stupid.
my perspective, good Lord. And I bet, once again, people might be thinking, oh, of course the
Teeth.
12-year-old, the video game players who sit around doing nothing all day are standing up for this, talking about it. Of course we are. Just because we play video games, but because we're the target demographic and we know about this stuff.
Like
A
Fox
lot of
News.
people
Like
say,
that
yeah,
therapist was really dumb for saying it's as addicting as heroin. Okay, first off, this is video games and heroin's a drug.
yeah, I mean, that's
Like
a pretty big stretch.
it's
I
just
don't know.
stupid.
I, it, it's almost like, it's I'm trying to think what to say here. It's almost like you're taking something completely different and comparing it to something because it's a lot of people in the gaming community, whether you play games, heard of video games, watch video games, Twitch streamer, whatever, if you're someone like that, you're gonna say, well, if you're talking to the parents should be able to take away the video games or make sure they get a less amount of time. Jimmy, I hate to talk about your personal life, but Jimmy does have a time limit on his video games, and I think that's a great idea for the parent. And it's stupid to just, as a therapist, to act as if video games, the inanimate object, are forcing the children to play 7 hours a day.
A day.
Get a grip on your child and allow them to not play video games for a certain amount of time. They're not an uncaged animal. Good lord, you're the parent. It's like, call child services if it's really that crazy. I'm not gonna go into horror. I just think
It's very dumb. And yes, you are cutting out again. Um, so
so.
what I think about it is like the thing she said. Sorry for you raining in the background because it's like raining pretty hard. Um, the thing she said is like you don't need therapy to get if you're addicted to like video games. You just need to take less and less time of playing video games.
Yeah,
Like,
don't go cold turkey on the thing. Okay, if you want to compare it to a drug, let's compare it to meth. If you're addicted to meth, you want to stop, you gotta go slow. You gotta do smaller doses every. Go cold turkey.
then it's gonna suck, and you're probably
Yeah,
gonna die.
because so if you're gonna go with video games and you want to stop playing, well, just do less and less and less. But if you want to keep playing, then just do less. You don't have to do less and less. You just have to do set a time and go for it. You don't have to be like never video games ever again. Stupid. Unless that's what you really want to do, but I don't think that's the best idea just because a therapist on Fox News tell you to.
Yeah. So moving into our next topic, in the Fortnite World Cup, into the topic of the Fortnite World Cup, the Fortnite World Cup, a Russian player, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like Let Wiki. I don't know. He got disqualified for apparently cheating by looking over at a different player's screen. And his what's it called? And his World Cup duo partner, as Fortnite did not change up the seats. Apparently, his Fortnite World Cup duo partner was sitting next to him and slammed his desk. So, out of reaction, this player looked over, and the people, like the security and all these people who were like monitoring the people, saw it and got him disqualified. And he easily could have
How
gotten money
old was
for it.
it?
He could have gotten like top 20 at least, but didn't.
Huh. Well, now I'm a little confused. You know how there's still arena mode right now?
Mhm.
Um, is there gonna be another World Cup?
Probably next year. That's what they said.
Oh, okay. Because I thought that if there wasn't gonna be another one, what's the point of arena?
I
You
guess
know,
people like Siphon, and they just don't want to add to the regular mode.
whatever. So I know we're talking about Fortnite a lot, but I'd I'd like to talk about the winner, who we talked about last time. I'm not gonna go in depth with the person
Yeah.
itself, but I'm watching a
Booga.
video, and a lot of, once again, with Fox News and a bunch of other news stations are saying how the winner is completely is a complete retard, and it's like, oh,
What?
you play video games? You play Fortnite, and you get $3 million? Man, I'm a firefighter. I don't even make that much money. Lord,
Yeah, you're
look
cutting
on the
out.
internet.
Everyone is starting to make YouTube and
Like,
video and channels and stuff.
I mean, look on the internet. Find a video. Read a book. Do anything, and I'm sure you'll learn why your job isn't making as much money. Think about it. This dude he streams, and he gets
Gets
millions of
donations.
viewers, and he gets donations, and he's extremely popular, and guess what? Hint hint, he's good at the game. That's why he makes that much money. And think about it. In the video that I'm watching right now, I mean, I guess if you want to watch it, it's by Force Gaming. I'm sure you can find it somewhere. Um, the the dude made a point that I think 49 or 50 million players not qualified, but played in the World Cup, I believe, something like that. I'm not sure exactly. I don't play this game that much. Don't quote me on that.
Well,
But
it
a
was.
lot of players, you know, um, and let's just say more than a million players went in the World Cup. Let's just say that this dude was the best out of all those million players, more than a million players. And you're confused how he made this much money? Think about it. It's common sense. It's a prize pool, and he was good at the game. That's it. He won the game. He got
And,
money. It's
and
not
stop comparing
stupid.
a real life job or like an actual job you have to go out to like because that's his job, but like
Yeah.
having to compete for something and you're just sitting there making like money from like going to work and like every like year you make a certain amount of money. He also does that. The only thing he did was go and compete against other people to get a certain amount of money.
Yeah.
He's not
I
like
mean,
getting it every year, but unless you're like
yeah.
really
It's not a
popular, you
salary
might.
or anything, and the chances of him winning again are, yeah, he's a good player, but very hard to do that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you're a teacher or a firefighter, you're not streaming to millions of people every day. You're not getting no donation. Okay, you might
Might be, but like you're cutting out
donations
again.
to the extent of
Yeah.
the. You're not getting donations to the extent of what he is. It's like I said. It's common sense. You just gotta figure it out. It's reasonable. Wrap your head around it.
Yeah.
Hey, this is why I'm not making this money because of these three reasonable facts. You know.
And if you want to make more money, find a different job. It's literally okay, it might be hard to find a different job, but like look for a job that you like that you make more. Like
You can potentially get a part-time job. You can get multiple jobs. You
or
can,
you could start streaming if you like to.
yeah. I mean,
Like
let's
there's
see.
nothing stopping you.
There's tons of Fortnite YouTubers and video game players who make a lot of money, even though they're not even good at the game. Like, let's see. VoiceOver Pete. He's good at those video games now, but once he first started playing Minecraft and stuff like that, he didn't know how to play at all. But just because the fact that he was a 59-year-old man playing video games and having a great time, and because of his funny, great personality, he makes a lot of money. And he's not even, boom, I got that money. No, no, no. He's able to just accept it, and he's humble with it, you know? And that's why I think a lot of people can be, if they just look at the world and
And
understand
a lot of
what they
big
can do.
a lot of big people that make content and are content creators are very humble about how much they make and stuff cuz like it's not they do it cuz they like to, not cuz they're doing it for the money, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have any more stories or want to continue on this one, go ahead. I don't really have much else.
I have nothing else either.
All right. Well, that's been Jimmy. I've been Riley, and that was the I believe fifth episode of the
Yes.
unoriginal podcast, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye, everybody.